Pakistan attempted to strike Delhi with a Fatah missile on May 10th. India's air defense system successfully intercepted the missile over Sirsa, averting a major catastrophe. The Fatah-II, unlike older systems, poses serious challenges. With a range of 400 kilometers, it qualifies as a short-range ballistic missile, but its real danger lies in its low flight path, which makes detection and interception far more difficult. Its high velocity further reduces the reaction window for defense systems. The Fatah-II is arguably Pakistan's most advanced guided rocket. It's equipped with cutting-edge avionics, including inertial navigation and satellite guidance systems, capable of achieving a circular error probable of less than 10 meters, since inertial navigation doesn't rely on external signals like GPS. It's less vulnerable to jamming or signal disruption, making it harder to counter. India was also targeted with the Pakistani Hatf-IB ballistic missile, which has an improved range and an inertial guidance system that considerably enhances the missile's accuracy. It can carry a payload of 500 kilograms, capable of causing major damage to a target. Being a ballistic missile, the Hatf would reach its target much faster than an ordinary artillery shell, giving the target little warning to take evasive action. So, how did India intercept it? Now, when we talk about Pakistan's missiles, many of which they claim are indigenously built, let me be absolutely clear. They are not. Pakistan throws around the word indigenous with nearly every system they procure. In reality, their entire military structure is propped up by imports from allied nations like the United States, Turkey, and most significantly, China. China has effectively captured around 80% of Pakistan's defense ecosystem. It was China that assisted Pakistan in developing its nuclear weapons program, and today, China continues to support Pakistan on every front: military, moral, strategic, and even in operational planning. From supplying M11 short-range ballistic missiles to helping design the Babur cruise missile, China has its fingerprints all over Pakistan's arsenal. The much-touted JF-17 Thunder fighter jet? It's actually the Chinese FC-1 Xiaolong, repackaged as a joint venture. Pakistan's surface-to-surface missiles, including the Hatf series, Nasser, Fatah-I, and the more recent Fatah-II, are all rooted in Chinese missile technology, specifically modeled after systems like the DF-11. China even provided Pakistan with a ready-made satellite, which was launched into orbit aboard a Chinese rocket. So, when I say India is countering Pakistani systems, what I really mean is that India is countering Chinese systems operated by Pakistan. Now, coming to the Pakistani missile attack on India, Pakistan launched Hatf-I ballistic missiles and Fatah-II guided rockets. As soon as these missiles were launched, they produced an intense exhaust plume during the boost and early ascent phases. That thermal signature can be picked up by infrared sensors, especially space-based early warning satellites, and India has several of those, like the GSAT-7 series, MESAT, and GSAT-7R. As soon as a solid-fuel rocket motor ignites, it burns extremely hot, upwards of 2,000 to 3,000 degrees Celsius at the nozzle. The exhaust is so hot that it shows up clearly on infrared cameras. Even as the plume cools down, it still emits enough heat to be picked up by those sensors. India's ground-based radars, like the Swordfish, can detect the missile's heat plume and also send out RF pulses that bounce off the missile's metallic body. Even if the missiles have no onboard transmitter, radar can still track them. And since the Hatf-IB remains within the atmosphere, ground-based or airborne early warning systems can easily do the job, and India most likely used this method. Traditional search radars, which bounce radio waves off the missile's metal body, maintain a clear line of sight for almost the entire flight. They don't rely on heat, they simply detect a fast-moving metallic object in the sky. So, for an endoatmospheric missile like the Hatf-IB, you don't need fancy space-based satellites to detect it. Once it's in mid-flight, standard radar stations track it and relay the data to air defense systems for interception. Similarly, India's interception of Pakistan's Fatah-II missile during Operation Sindoor shares several similarities with the tactics used against the Hatf-I missile. However, due to the advanced capabilities of the Fatah-II, India's air defense systems had to employ more sophisticated measures to ensure a successful interception. The Fatah-II is designed with a flatter flight trajectory and maneuverable capabilities, making it significantly more difficult to detect and intercept compared to the Hatf-I, which follows a more predictable ballistic path. Given the Fatah-II's advanced profile, interception had to occur during its mid-course phase, and it did. The missile was intercepted while it was flying over Haryana, heading toward Delhi, necessitating a rapid response and precise targeting from India's defense systems. India's AI-driven Akash network consolidates various radar systems, including 3D tactical control radars and low-level lightweight radars, and integrates multiple air defense systems such as MR-SAM, Akash, and Spider to provide comprehensive airspace monitoring. The system automates the detection, tracking, and engagement processes, significantly reducing human intervention and response time. There were also reports suggesting that Pakistan fired a Shaheen-3 medium-range ballistic missile toward India. The Indian Army's Western Command released a video that included footage of a Shaheen missile. However, the video was later removed, with the Army clarifying that the images were for representation only and not indicative of actual events. But let me tell you why Pakistan didn't use the Shaheen-3 missile. The deployment of dual-capable missile systems like the Shaheen-3 introduces significant risks of misinterpretation, potentially triggering full-scale retaliation due to its nuclear capability. While the Hatf-I missile could theoretically be equipped with tactical nukes, Pakistan has declared it to be non-nuclear. Since Pakistan follows a first-use policy, the launch of such a missile, especially one with exo-atmospheric capability that achieves high speeds during its terminal stage and allows very little time to respond, and, even with a conventional payload, could be perceived by India as a potential nuclear strike, prompting a full-scale nuclear retaliatory response. India has clearly stated that even the use of tactical nuclear weapons would be treated as a declaration of full-scale nuclear war. Thus, first-use policy may offer certain strategic advantages. It also significantly increases the risk of nuclear escalation, even if the intention is not to actually use nuclear warheads.